Hey guys, it's Caroline with Happier Helmets. I thought I would walk you through the star band process that I painted today. This is one of the helmets that has two pieces. As you can see, this started out pre-printed with sharks. And you can see up underneath the second piece, it was a dark blue shark pattern. Now these are very difficult, I would say, to paint and to seal. This one in particular was difficult to cover, so it ended up taking me 6 coats of paint to get the blue to cover nice enough that I was happy with where we were at. And then the second thing is whenever you are sealing these, you have to be really careful to not stick the two pieces together. So as you can see, these two pieces are still able to move freely because a lot of times they will be adjusted. Now when this helmet gets adjusted, if it gets adjusted out, there will be some of the blue helmet visible once it moves like so. But I spoke with the owner and she was okay with that. She was happy with that. Also, I do not paint the underneath side of the strap, as you can see, because you don't want to have the Mod Podge or the paint sticking directly onto the paint that has already been painted and sealed, because it will end up getting hot, getting sticky in the humidity, sticking together and then peeling off. So you want to be sure to keep the strap, the original strap on the underneath side, soft, unpainted, unsealed. And yeah, so with the edges, the same thing on the top. You want to be sure that they are not stuck together, so just try to get the Mod Podge as close as you can to the edge without tucking it up underneath there and sticking the two together, so that when it does get adjusted, hopefully it will not stick and peel. But anyway, I will show you this quick time-lapse video of me painting this helmet. And again, it took 6 coats. So if you do have one like this that was pre-printed, be patient, because it does take a lot of time. The paint that we use, this isn't the color I used, but it's this cheaper craft paint because it is non-toxic. So paints that I use for other paintings, like the golden paints, are not ideal because they can be toxic. And so you just want to make sure you're using the cheaper craft paint that is non-toxic whenever you have it near the baby's head. So that is why it does not cover as well and does take a few extra coats, but it's still totally doable. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I'd be happy to help. But anyway, I hope you enjoy watching. So here I am just masking off the sections that I want to do, because we were doing the Houston Astros throwback lines. So I just used this painter tape to create the crisp lines that I'm going to be using. So I started with the red. I'm going to go back in with the orange in between the yellow and the red and finish up with the orange. I then use, to create my wording and my numbers, I use a white, just a very foamy white brush, or in this case it's a paint pen, to create my letters, and then I go back around the outside with my Sharpie. That way I can have good block letters. So here I am on the second coat. Like I told you earlier, it actually ended up taking me 6 different coats. You can see with each coat it is actually building the color a little bit, but it is still very visible. You can see the background. So this did take a long time. It was a very tedious process, a little bit irritating if I'm being honest, but I know that the more you build, the more it covers, so you just gotta stick with it and keep going. Guys, while you're watching me continue to build color up, if you would just take a minute to like or subscribe or comment down below. It really does help build my channel and gives me some feedback as to what else you would like to see in the future. So here I am going back over the top. Once I got the white the way I liked it, I went back in with a navy blue for the Astros, and I did 2 coats of that navy blue on top of the white. Finished up my last couple coats of color down below. And then, as you will see in just a quick second, I did end up going back over the navy blue with a Sharpie. I have used in the past paint pens, paint markers, and I do really like those, but whenever I'm doing wording, for some reason, I have just found I like the thinner, crisper lines that a Sharpie gives me. around the outside of the letters. It's not really bold, but it does kind of clean up my edges. And I believe this is my number, I don't know, 5 or 6 coat of paint. As you can see, I continue building it up enough that I don't see the blue underneath. So then once I got it how I liked it, I sealed it with, this is just 1 coat of Mod Podge, but I ended up going back over and doing it 4 extra times for a total of 5 coats. And you do want to make sure you leave 20 minutes in between each coat to seal it, or to let it dry. And there is your final portion. Again, please like, share, and subscribe or comment if you have any questions, and thanks again.